Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we'll be looking at the major landmarks in St. Petersburg and the most important places to visit when you come to St. Petersburg in Russia. And we'll be doing it with the help of these brochures that I was given while at St. Petersburg Pulkovo airport coming in from Minsk, Belarus. So I'll be using this particular brochure to show you guys the in-depth and detailed landmarks and important places, museums, as well as cathedrals to visit when you come to the city of St. Petersburg. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let us dive straight into the video. Thank you. Hello. Yippee! You see how easy it is just to mount and move forward, and I wonder which equipment they used to do that. Yeah, because this is quite a high point going down. So yeah, it is, and the slope is quite intense. There is no sun today, unlike yesterday. Yeah, where did the sun go? This is afternoon time. You would be putting yourself at risk coming in the morning. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Traveler on Target, and you guys are welcome to today's edition of the top most important places, landmarks to visit while in St. Petersburg. And yes, I was able to get these brochures, or I was given these brochures when I arrived at the Pulkovo St. Petersburg airport when I came in from Minsk, Belarus. So I'll be using these brochures to actually give you guys important details in terms of landmarks and places to visit. So we'll be going through all the major landmarks together in this video, and we'll go through every single one of them. So stay tuned. I believe we'll be going through with the one that says St. Petersburg in 5 days, because that will give us the comprehensive view, or let me say comprehensive details of everything that we need to know, rather than me going through the one that says St. Petersburg today. We'll keep it aside. And also the one that says St. Petersburg in 3 days, we'll keep it aside. We'll go for the one with the maximum or the highest number of days. So as you guys know, I have returned from my 1 month plus trip traveling around China, traveling to Moscow, St. Petersburg, Minsk, Belarus, Brest city in Belarus as well. So yeah, I'll just give you guys this important video. It is just an extra just to show you guys all the landmarks that we have in St. Petersburg, just to help you guys that are planning your trip to that side of the world. Alright, so yeah, we shall dive into it. I'm just giving you guys the map, the details of the map. This is the railway. I haven't actually gone through any of the details on this particular map, but I said let me just go through with you guys as we do the video. So yeah, there will be some things that we might miss during the video. That is not a problem, but we'll try to cover as much as we can. All right, so let's get started with this particular brochure itself. Yeah, I didn't show you guys the back. My apologies. So yeah, that's the back of it. That's the front for the one for the 5 days. And yeah, we'll just go through every single detail itself. Let me pull the camera back down, and yeah, so that we can have a better look at what we need to look at in this video or in the brochure. Alrighty, so starting from here, what it says is, I love you, Peter's great creation. I love your view of stern and grace. The never waves regal procession, the grayish granite her bank's dress, the airy iron casting fences, the gentle transparent twilight, the moonless gleam of your nights, restless. When I so easy read and write without a lamp in my room, lone and sin is each huge building's stone of the left street, and it's so bright the Admiralty spurs flight. So it's from A.S. Pushkin, a fragment from the poem The Bronze Horseman. So ladies and gentlemen, what I've done is I've just opened the video, or this edition, with me reading a poem or a fragment of a poem from A.S. Pushkin. Yeah, from the fragment of the poem titled or called The Bronze Horseman. So what we'll do is I will let you guys pause the video and have a read, and I'll be going through the brochure for you guys. You guys will have to pause the video and have a read because it has a lot of details. So this is just an opportunity for you guys to see the major landmarks that we have, or that they have in St. Petersburg, where you guys have to visit when you come to Russia, St. Petersburg. So I believe that would be the best way to do it, instead of me having to come in and read every single thing with you guys. So I believe it's better you guys just pause the video at your own pace. You can look at the map, and if there's anything that I've missed, you can always tell me in the comment section below. And yeah, I believe that's how we should proceed, in my humble opinion. If not, this video will be more or less hours and hours and hours long, which is not what we want. But I believe what I can do is possibly just read out the landmarks that we have here, which is the Gorkovskaya metro station. I haven't been to this metro station in as much as I've done the Moscow metros. I've done huge amount of videos on the Moscow metro. Komsomolskaya, we have the Baumanskaya, we have the Novosobloskaya, we have Park Kultury, and yeah, we have Partizanskaya, we have Teatralnaya. We have a lot of metro stations in Moscow that I've done. So even Taganskaya as well. So you guys can always go watch that video or those videos, in-depth analysis. Mayakovskaya, Nagatinskaya, Aviatomorskaya. Yeah, so a lot of them for you guys to go watch. So for St. Petersburg, I didn't really do a lot. I think I did only maybe 2. Admiraltyskaya metro station was the one that I did, along with another metro station close to that area in St. Petersburg. So you guys can always, go check out Moscow Metro on my channel under the Russian destinations playlist. All right, we have the Alexandra Garden. I think this is close to the station, but yeah, I wasn't really at that station, unfortunately. All right, there is the St. Petersburg Cathedral Mosque, which is this particular one. I wasn't able to go there. And we have the monument to the Steregushchi Garden torpedo boat. Yeah, interesting. Have no knowledge of that. Anyways, let's keep moving. Yeah, I believe we should just do it like that, to read out all the ones highlighted in red, which are the landmarks, so you guys can put it into your itinerary when you guys plan your visit to St. Petersburg. There is the mansion of the great ballet dancer Matilda Kishesniskaya. All right, and we have the Troitskaya Square. All right, you have the Chapel of the Life-Giving Trinity. You have the Petrovskaya Embankment. I think I have passed through this embankment before with one of the bus tours in St. Petersburg. Cabin of Peter the First. We have the Shi Tsar, which is the food dogs. Yeah, I think I did say it. What else do we have on here? Okay, we have the monument commemorating the 300th anniversary of the Russian Navy. It is there, and yes, the legendary Aurora cruiser is on there. I think you can go inside this particular boat or naval ship, I believe. And this is your Nakimov naval, if I am not wrong. Yeah, Nakimov Naval School. All right, so what do we have here? The Troitsky Bridge. We have Peter and Paul Fortress. You have the Leonovsky St. John's Bridge. Alrighty, we have we have the Leonovskaya, which is St. John's Gate. You have Peter and Paul Cathedral. You have the Trubetskoy, Trubetskoy Bastion. Interesting. St. Petersburg Mint. Oh my goodness. I should have gone here to St. Petersburg Mint. All right. Yeah, I missed that. Do that next time, God willing. But yeah, you guys can always feel free to pause the video, have a read, and yeah, follow along if you wish. Alrighty. So we're starting from here. You can pause the video as usual. They have the Nikolskaya curtain wall. You have the Kronwerk, which is the crown wall. Sorry, the crown work. Kronwerk, crown work. All right, you have the Military Historical Museum of Artillery, Engineer, and Signal Corps. You have the Berzervoy, which is the Stock Exchange Bridge. All right, you have the Vasilyevsky Island. Yeah, I have been told about the island, even I was shown on the map as well. So yeah, I need to have more read on that. Yeah, the Stock Exchange, which is this particular one. And what else do you have? You have the spit of the Vasilyevsky Island. Right, what do we have here? We have the Rostro columns. All right, you have the Zoological Museum and the Museum of Soil Science. You have the Universitetskaya or University Embankment. I think this is close to the what's the name of this building? Hermitage. Looks like the Hermitage or something, but yeah, somewhere along those lines. Let's keep moving. Remember, you can always pause the video and have a read if you so wish. All right. All right, I will be moving faster than I was so that I don't consume more than enough time on here. Let me readjust that. Okay, yeah. Alright, you can pause the video, have a read. NEVSKY Prospect. I think that's where the station is when you arrive from Moscow to St. Petersburg using the Sapsan. So this is the map. And here, if it's needed. Alright, let's keep going. NEVSKY Cathedral. MARIINSKY Theater. I have done MARIINSKY Theater on my video. I've done the inside as well as the outside as well, so you guys can always check it out. What a wonderful video it was. And this cathedral, is it St. David's Cathedral? Something like that. Yeah, I have done there's something called the colonnade, where you go upstairs up onto the cathedral, the circle dome, and then you circle around it, you walk around it to see the whole of St. Petersburg. You guys can see that on my video. I did it on a very clear sunny day, so no excuses on that. So yeah, you guys can look at it on the video under this Russia's destination playlist. Oh, sorry, St. Isaac's Cathedral, not St. David's Cathedral. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I have been here, the Alexander Garden and the Bronze Horseman. I've been there. I've done the Admiraltskaya walk around. You guys can have the video on my channel. MARIINSKY, I've done the Blue Bridge. I don't know if I've done that. Monument to St. Nicholas. Not really sure, but there was a monument inside the Alexandrinsky, is it Alexandrinsky Theater around that side? Yeah, that I did a video around the park. But yeah, but not this monument. So yeah, forgive me for that. Alright, St. Isaac's Cathedral. Alrighty. Yeah, this is the Admiraltskaya building. I've done full in-depth review on it. You guys can always check out the video. Yes, absolute wonderful video, stunner. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I should take this up, yeah, so that we are aware of the full view. Buildings of the Senate and Synod Admiralty building. Yes, I've done this in details. You can always see it on my video. I did a full in-depth video on it. So yeah. Alrighty. Gostinivo metro station. I don't think I was able to do that. Kazansky Cathedral. Nah, didn't have the chance. Remember, you can always pause the video and have a read. Just racing against time so that I don't make this video more than 30 minutes or 45 minutes thereabout. Alright, House of Books. Yeah, that's another landmark. Palace Square, another landmark. Alexander Column. I think this is where you have the Winter Palace or Hermitage building. Yeah, this is very close to it. Yep, I remember this square, Palace Square. Yeah, done a video on it as well. Marble Palace, I haven't been to, but I'm aware of the Marble Palace, which is this one here. I'm aware of it, but the Winter Palace does consume your whole time because it is the third largest museum in the world, so it doesn't really give you much leeway or much chance to do any other thing. Okay, we are halfway into the brochure, and yeah, we are still going. Okay, I have been here, which is the is it Church on Spilled Blood? Yeah, sorry, Church of the Savior of Spilled Blood. Have been there. Mikolovsky's castle. Nope, I haven't. Well, there's a lot to do in St. Petersburg, to be honest. Once again, you can pause the video and have a read, but yeah, I'll probably keep this brochure quite safe so that I have it as a reference in case I want to go to St. Petersburg again. Allows me the chance to do it seamlessly without having to do much research. This is just a banquet of knowledge for me right now, having this brochure. So yeah, I'm glad to share it with you guys. Alright, the Russian State Museum, I believe that's the Winter Palace, I believe. Monument of Alexander Pushkin. Yeah, there's a cathedral here. NEVSKY Prospect metro station. I think I have gone through the metro station because my hotel was very close to NEVSKY Prospect, I believe. So yeah, this is St. Isaac's Cathedral, so you can climb up here. The colonnade, I have done it on my channel. Fantastic view of St. Petersburg from up there. I really suggest, or I really advise you guys to go watch that video if you don't mind. Thank you. All right. Constantine Palace, Peterhof, Strain and Peterhof. Yeah, this is once you start going an hour plus away out of the city of St. Petersburg, then you will see all these St. Peterhof, sorry, you'll see Peterhof's palace and, you know, Peterhof's garden, you know, all these big palaces. Incredible. Feel free to pause the video, have a read. Avtovo metro station. I haven't been there, cannot brag. Yeah, this was the one I did in my video, Peterhof's Palace. Yes, or the summer, is it the summer palace, summer garden? Yeah, but I've done this on my channel. I went all the way through to the gardens, the left, the right, so there were so many fountains, so I covered most of the fountains, but I couldn't cover, I believe, the last few fountains on the left hand side because of some major works and construction going on. They were renovating and maintaining the garden on that far left hand side. So yeah, you guys can watch it on my video. The lady with the squirrel as well was there when I was going around the Peterhof's Palace. Absolute stunner. I came from this side of the palace. I did the full view. There was a guy that was on the checkered floorboard of the fountain somewhere on top. Well, let me say down here. I captured him and then he went back through this opening gate. So you guys can always look at that video. Absolutely fantastic. Shows you everything that you need to know about the Peterhof Palace and all the water fountains on there. Yeah, I highly recommend. Peter's Wooden Palace, Shivalovka village. I haven't been here. The Upper Garden. My oh my, there is a lot to visit in St. Petersburg, I tell you guys. An absolute pleasure for me to be reviewing this with you guys. I am quite stoked. Yeah, this should be probably the last video that should appear on my YouTube channel, and then I'll be giving the channel a break for 28 days, you know, just to reset the algorithm and, you know, just to get everything back on track. It's not easy. Yeah, I know this place, I think is the Tsarskoye Selo, close to the Catherine Palace. I think you need a bus or something, yeah, to transfer. Yeah, but I was thinking that the Catherine Palace and this were both in the same place. Maybe. Need to do more research on that, but from my brief research, looks like they were in the same place. Anyways, let's keep moving. Yeah, the map from my camera looks a little bit shady or dodgy, but yeah, that's because of how tiny the letterings are, so it's giving some issues to the camera. All right, yeah. Let me see. And I forgot to tell you guys, just a moment, I forgot to tell you guys that I have also done a video. There is a museum inside this St. Peterhof's, sorry, not St. Peterhof's, Peterhof's Palace. There is, this is the palace. I wouldn't say a museum, but it is a palace, so we were allowed to film it. So I have the in-depth rooms and palaces inside the Peterhof's Palace, so you guys can have a view, because few months ago they started allowing people to, you know, take pictures and videos, so I was able to capture the videos of inside, which wasn't the case just up until a few months ago. So it's worthwhile you go and watch the inside of the palace. Yeah, I think the Amber Room as well, I haven't really done, because I need to go to Catherine's Palace to do the Amber Room, but I didn't go to Catherine Palace. Peterhof's Palace was enough, but yeah, when I go back to St. Petersburg, I should be able to do this particular video. All right. Yeah, once again, have a read, pause the video, make yourself familiar with this, and let's keep moving. Alrighty. The Temple of Friendship. I haven't been there. I don't know what it is. My goodness, there's a lot. Anyways, you can pause the video and have a read. Let's keep moving. Yeah, this place is looking good, but yeah, there's so much that you can do, to be honest. Can't really do too much in the limited time that you have. All right, where is this Gatchina Palace? Man, I really need sponsorship if I want to cover all these amounts of distances. Crazy. Yeah, a lot. Absolute beauty. My goodness. Anyways, pause the video again, have a read. Let me keep moving. Alrighty, Kazan Cathedral. Yeah, I walked past this on my way to the Church of the Savior of Spilled Blood in St. Petersburg, in the heart of the city. Yep. Pause the video once again. Have a read. And yes, let's keep going. I haven't asked you guys yet to hit the like button or the subscribe button if you're not yet, but you guys know what to do. I don't have to stress myself. I've done the hard yards, so yeah, you guys should please help me out. Thank you very much. Alright, there's a lot going on here. The Grand Hotel Europe, memorial sign to the blockade loudspeaker. You have the radio house. Damn, a lot of things going on here. Russian National Library is here. Musical Comedy Theater is here. The Anichkov Palace is also here. Incredible. Right, let's keep moving, because I'm almost at the 30-minute mark. Need to rush. You have the Anikov's Bridge somewhere here. Victory Park is here. Pobedy Square is here. There is a station in Moscow called Park Pobedy, I believe, if I'm not wrong, and there's another one called Park Kultury, but I know that there's Pobedy metro station there in Moscow. Once again, pause the video, have a read if you so wish. This is the Pishkarevskoye Memorial Cemetery. Interesting. Interesting. Anyways, let's keep moving. Pause the video once again, have a read. Okay, yeah, we are at the last and final of them. So they actually end in this particular brochure, St. Petersburg in 5 days with cemetery, the Battle of Leningrad. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the St. Petersburg in 5 days, and that concludes the entire video of the major landmarks. But before we go, not so fast, before we go, let's see if we had taken St. Petersburg today, would there have been any difference between what we saw from a 5-day, and would there be any difference to the one that they are telling you for 3 days? I don't know, but let's read what they are saying on here. They said, "Dear traveler, in your hands you are holding a guide to St. Petersburg, wonderful and magnificent. Relive the most extraordinary events in the city's history. Try the spicy mix of diverse culture, breathe in the crystallized northern air, listen to the symphonies of the Neva waves, enjoy the sleepless white nights. Here you will find some quality cultural activities and jolly ways to entertain yourself. The city never stops changing every year. More specialized museums open their doors to visitors, vibrant festivals welcome their guests, and fashionable restaurants pop up on the streets. Come and discover your very own St. Petersburg." Right, so there is a message to us travelers from what they have told us, St. Petersburg today. So they've given you lists of places that you will be interested in, the Impressionism and the Hermitage. So yeah, I think the brochures do vary, they do differ from one to another. So it's giving you the top 20 attraction on here. The FABERGÉ Museum, oh my goodness, I've covered this museum in detail. Do not miss it on my channel, please. Very nice, very amazing. The Hermitage Museum also, the 10 most important rooms of the Hermitage I have covered as well. So yeah, the Savior at Spilled Blood, I've done some incredible videos, so you guys don't miss that, please. St. Isaac's Cathedral, you don't want to miss it, trust me. As well as the Savior on Spilled Blood. So yeah, I've covered most of all these landmarks in the video in 4K HD, full analysis, full in-depth showcasing. Alrighty, so it looks like this brochure, yeah, like I said, the checkered floor, I did cover that. I saw the guy coming and then he left. So yeah, you guys go check that video, Peterhof's Palace. Yeah, I've done quite well and quite a lot. So they have events on here, top 20 events. Like I said, you can always pause the video and have a read. What else? So from the events, what do we have from the events? The singing fountain sound show. That would be a good one to attend. Yep, I think I did see people having their photo shoot close to the river while I was there. I have driven past this road on my way to the airport, drive to Pulkovo International Airport, St. Petersburg. You guys can always check that video. I did the road trip drive, did the video in. What else? Industrial St. Petersburg. Yeah, there is a lot to do, in all honesty. St. Petersburg, universities, educational tourism. Once again, you can always pause the video and have a read. What I'm doing is just to make sure that I capture all information on camera for all of you. And yeah, you guys can always, medical universities, you guys can always, pause the video, have a read through the video, and yeah, do your own research, ask more questions. Yeah, I did pass through this bridge, or this monument statue close to the bridge. Interesting tours. Yep, I did climb this staircase up and down at the Peterhof Palace. And don't forget, there is a museum inside that I have done the full view or the full videoing on it. Feel free to check it out. Winter in St. Petersburg. Alright, it looks like we are coming to the end of this particular brochure. Don't know where this place is. Can't remember seeing this monument, but try to do my research and find you, because I did see you in the earlier brochure, inside the 5-day brochure, but I'll see what exactly you are really. Alright, so yeah, this is going to help you guys planning your trip to St. Petersburg and the itinerary. Notes. No notes. So that concludes it for us with St. Petersburg today. So I think that one is in depth. I believe the one for 3 days is, yeah, it's probably the same as the one in 5 days, just that for 5 days you get more, and for 3 days you definitely get less, or it's either compressed or something. It's either is compressed or some things are removed. Yeah, it's kind of same. Anyways, I hope I have presented quite well in terms of information. There was no other way I could have, thought of doing this particular presentation for you guys. Let me put this aside and let me go back to the map so that you guys can get a full view of the map once again. So yeah, I believe that was the only way that I could have presented the video to you guys, or the brochure to you guys. And yes, hit that like button if you have enjoyed and if you have found value. And what else can I say? Can't really say too much, to be honest. And yeah, that's the map. I don't know what this is. Timetable for the bridge going up and down, names of the bridge and times they close, something like that. Then you have the St. Petersburg Metro, icons and legends. As you guys know, this is my first time I'm reviewing this, so no preparation, I'm just doing it with you guys. So if I've made any mistake, let me know in the comment section. And if there are questions, if there are some things you want me to clarify with regards to the brochure itself or the map, let me go back to the map again on this side so that we are sure that we've touched on every single thing. Yeah, so just let me know in the comment section. I don't know how I'm going to title this video, whether it's going to be like the topmost important landmarks in St. Petersburg, or I don't know. I'll try to figure out a title that best fits this particular presentation. I'll just call it the major important landmarks in St. Petersburg. I think that should be the way forward, I think. Yeah, this part of St. Petersburg. Well, I'm not too sure where the Peterhof Palace is, but it was quite a bit away from St. Petersburg city itself, almost an hour drive. I did the recording of the drive from St. Petersburg NEVSKY Prospect to Peterhof Palace, as well as the Naval Cathedral in Kronstadt, I believe, the Naval Cathedral. So you guys can always view that particular video. I'm not sure if I came across the Naval Cathedral in Kronstadt here, but I have done a video on it. So all I can say to you guys is a very big thank you to each and every single one of you for dropping by to view this particular video edition of, let me say, the most important landmarks in St. Petersburg. So yes, all I can say is a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. And yeah, once again, all I can say is let me know in the comment section what I've missed, or what you want to hear, what you want to know. And yes, I will gladly do my best to assist, to help, and also to get you guys as much information as possible. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and please go check out the rest of my videos: China, Russia, New Zealand, Australia, parts of Africa. Yeah, I've done a lot of videos, so show your support to me. And yes, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys when I resume my video postings again. Thank you very much.